Hello.
Hey.
Okay, wait. It started recording already. Dang. No cue, no nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome. I'm your host, Kendra K. If you are new here, I'm a serial entrepreneur, beauty influencer, and YouTuber. I have my special guest, Ray KG, Raymond, whatever you want to call him. And as you can tell by the title, we're getting into splitting checks. I was going to name it splitting bills, but Ray said something else. So let's get right into it. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms, Dolly K or Kendra K Leanna. And let's jump right into it. So Ray, how do you feel about splitting checks? Let's create a whole scenario for my listeners. So when I'm at a restaurant, say it's like 4 people or whatever, and the check come. Y'all already know. Everybody like either looking away on their phone.
Yeah, they don't see the check or whatever.
Yeah. So what's your tea on that?
Okay, so me personally, like I stated, I feel as though when a check does come, if we all ordered the same amount of things, everybody had an entree, a drink, we had like 3 appetizers amongst all of us. I don't see nothing wrong with splitting check down in the middle, everybody. But if there was that one person who did order like 2-3 drinks, I feel as though they need to pay. We got to split it down like equally, because at that point it's fair game. It's not fair game no more. Like, I'm not gonna pay all this money and she done ordered 3 drinks. Like, just know, like, I'm not gonna have that. So that's how I personally feel. But I don't mind splitting checks with my friends. Sometimes it depends, But if I'm treating them though, and if I invite you out to eat and I say, hey, let's go out to eat, I'm obviously gonna pay for it. But it just depends. How do you feel about it? What do you do?
Sometimes it's a little bit awkward depending on what friend group that I'm with. Because I have different friends for different things. I'm just one of those people. So my going out friends, some people, I have party friends, I have close friends, I have eating friends. Like my friend Jada, she's an eating friend. She don't like going to the club. Right. So that's just an example of like friends or whatever. So if we're sitting at the table and like, the check come and it's good, I don't have no type of problem splitting. But I'm not gonna split down the middle like to the bone. So if it's like 23.82, like it's okay if it's like, some people really want like send me everything. 119, like,
I mean, but listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes you have to be that strategic, because I have been that friend where the check comes and everybody, I'm gonna just cash. Then I get cashed out, and somehow, some way, everybody cash apps me, but I always be the one that loses the most money because the math doesn't matter. Like, and I get really mad because I'm like, yo, the check was $140. Why am I spending more money than all of y'all? Like, I don't get it. If we split it, why is money come out of my account more? Listen, though, because the reason being is because them people do not consider gratuity. They do not tip. They just think my water or my drink was $4, so I'm thinking 4. Like, no. Like, I really hate that. So you need to. I hate adults who don't know how to. Come on now, stop playing. You got a lady for correct.
How do you feel about if it's a major group, say you're going out to eat with
hate it.
Family, and it's like 15 or more? Would you say? Because, for example, like my family go out to eat. My brother, sometimes he'll be like, I got this half of the table. Like, would you do that?
Yeah, that's what my family does. My brother would typically do that. So he got his half, or I say when it is a big group, like if I'm not going to a birthday dinner and it's a lot of people, I bring cash. Because I'm not with the BS. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring cash. Because if I know my food was $60, they go $80. Boom. My food right there, go to tub, leave me alone, don't say nothing to me. Because them girls be mad at the end of the table. When they be looking at that check and doing the math, they be really mad. And I hate being that person. So take on my cash, exit me out of it. Next person.
I be feeling so bad for whoever's the server. Like,
listen, it's the worst, especially when you have people who are complicated. Like, can you charge this much on this card? Bro, don't do that. Give her your Amex card, charge that stuff, and let's go.
Do it one time, yeah.
Yeah, but that's my take on splitting checks. That's how I feel about it.
What about tip wise?
I feel like tips are based on their job. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, you're supposed to tip automatically all the time. Granted, I do understand that, but if she's not giving or he's not giving me good service, I do feel like sometimes I'm going to tip, but you're going to get the bare minimum. You're going to get that 18%. You're going to get $5, $10 if y'all feel like you didn't really attend to my table like you should have. Or if I asked you for a sour cream, you never bought it. So, and that's fine. I'm not gonna be petty, but you're just not gonna get what you could have gotten if you would have brought me that sour cream when I asked for it sometime with that me being there. That's what I feel about tipping. How do you feel about tipping though? Do you feel like you always tip? Like, how do you feel about that?
So how I was brought up, you always gotta tip. I don't tip based on performance. I used to think like that, but then I don't know. As I got more mature, and then my mom beat this into my head, I was just like, yeah. So but if I don't have it, not gonna lie, if I'm on my last funds, I'm not tipping. Like, I'm not about to have no money on me left. If I don't got it, if I don't have it, I don't have it, and that's it. I'm not even gonna feel bad.
So, but so you're saying even if you do have it and somebody does not give you the best service or service that's good at all. So if you go to a restaurant and the service is bad, you're still going to tip them? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, because they're expecting for you to not tip. So you gotta show out.
I don't know, but we have to beg to defer because I'm not going to tip if service is bad. Like, what am I tipping you for? A tip means that you did a great job. I'm tipping you for a reason. Like, I'm not tipping for shitty service, But teach his own, but... That's how it. And then nowadays, the way a lot of these restaurants are set up, they automatically put it into your bill. If you notice that, you'd be like, my food was $40. How did the bill say $80? Because they already gave themselves a tip. And my mom would be like, oh well, baby, she already tipped herself. She good then. You're right, because they be already tipping
those high-end restaurants.
Yes. So. Because I went out the other day recently, my family Cheesecake Factory, and they did the same exact thing. Like, it was gratuity. I was like, my bill was $60. I got up to $80. And they was like, oh, it's a tip. Okay. And I don't want to be that person that be like, can you remove it? Because mind you, my food came out the first time. It was wrong.
You asking people to remove
it? No, I didn't ask to remove it because I don't ever want to be that person. But my food came out wrong the first time. So my whole family, a big party, but everybody's eating, and I'm just sitting there looking dumb. Me, my food, my mama food, and my auntie food was all messed up. Like, it was just horrible. But I still
What was wrong with it?
I ordered French toast, and he gave me like something like hard. The bread was hard. I said, sir, I hit the spoon on it. I'm like, sir, this is a brick. What type of French toast is this? He was like, oh, well, that's just how the bread is. Well, I don't want that bread, sir, because what type of bread? He was like, that's
who has the best bread at restaurants, like for your little, when you first sit down, they bring you bread?
I would probably have to say Red Lobster. I love, Red Lobster and Cheddar's. Cheddar's has these croissants that they put glaze, some honey and butter over it. They're really good. Have you ever had Cheddar's? No, okay, but what's your favorite bread? What would you say?
So I'm stuck between, I believe it's is it Olive Garden? I really like Olive Garden's bread and Red Lobster.
Olive Garden's gonna be salty. They be real salty. They be having a lot of salt on top. You gotta dip that in the soup or something. It'd be too salty.
Maybe that's my problem.
You got like a lot of salt stuff. You know how y'all Korean is. Y'all like to season food highly.
I have to put accent on my eggs. Like, they have to go on it. I cannot eat raw eggs. I just don't like the taste of eggs itself. Like, it's just so eggy.
You put accent seasoning on your eggs?
Yes.
I don't do that. I put salt and pepper and cheese. That's it.
That accent just do something to me. Like, I can literally taste when something like that accent.
I gotta try that. I never had. You know what I've realized with eggs though? Because I've always been obsessed with eggs my whole life. Like, to this day, I love eggs. And I feel like, dang, I used to love going to different people's house and they make me eggs. I used to love the taste, how everybody's texture. Like, my auntie's eggs would taste like this. Hers would be no salt. Then my Gotti's eggs taste like this. And I'm like, I just love how everybody's eggs taste. But again, I learned, what I learned is, the thing with eggs is it depends on the butter that you use. So if you use a high class, like a good quality butter, it makes your eggs taste super good.
What butter do you use?
I can't believe it's not butter. It's not butter, but that thing, it tastes good. What butter do you use?
I use Smart Balance.
Oh, you trying to get him from there? I'm trying to smart balance. I never used it.
Supports the cholesterol level.
But that's why they say you shouldn't eat eggs all the time because it does have a lot of cholesterol. But I can eat eggs every day. I love it.
Yeah.
What is something you feel like you can eat every day?
Huh?
What is something you can eat every day that you don't care about the health stuff? Nothing.
Breakfast wise, I can have a bagel and eggs every single day and won't get tired of it.
Okay, what else?
And if I had to choose a meat like forever and nothing else, I'd probably have to go with steak.
Steak? You know what's so crazy? I was gonna say oxtails. So we both in the beef family. That's real bad. I say oxtails. I love me some oxtails.
It's just something about steak that I just can't let go of. Like, steak be tasting so good. But I have to really learn how to make steak because every time I make steak, like the T-bone or something, like I don't want my steak to taste like Chipotle steak. Like, I like when it's seasoned like that.
So what do you feel like is the problem with how do you cook it? Medium well done? Like, how do you like it?
That's another one of my things. Like, I want it to be like medium. No, well done. Sorry, I don't even know the term.
That's the problem. So
no, medium well. I think medium well.
Okay, medium well. Yeah, because medium well is the way you're supposed to eat it. Well done is bad. That's dry. Medium is disgusting. That's red.
Okay, so what's the order? Rare?
There's rare, medium well, and well done. Because rare, they just basically sear it on both sides and give it to you. Medium well, they sear it on both sides, let it cook a little bit, but it's still a little pink in it, and they give it to you. But my grandma taught me a trick on how to make steaks, and I feel like I make one of the best steaks, and I have to try it when you come to my house. But when you make your steak, you're supposed to sear it on both sides, make it on the stove, like sear it on both sides. And then, put your little onions, your peppers, your mushrooms, all that, saute that. Put it, and then get a pan. You put your steak in a pan, but don't cook your steak all the way. You just sear it, like make it brown, like pretty. Then you put the oven on 350. You put a steak and everything in the oven for like 10 minutes, and like it cooks and it be so juicy. Like it be falling off the bone. And that's how I cook my steak to make sure it's fully cooked and it's not no mess. You gotta try it.
For the last 3 times I've tried to make the steak, it just tastes like cow to me.
Cow? That means you probably not seasoning it, sweetheart. You gotta probably season it a little better or something, or put some butter. You gotta try some garlic. Use garlic herb butter. When you're seasoning your steak, use garlic herb butter. Like, why are you laughing at me? Because I'm a foodie, so we can talk about food all day.
There's like this sauce. Oh, snap and turn on the Netflix. Oops. That's going to mess up the music on the podcast. Let's see. There's like this steak seasoning that my dad used. It was so good. And he make his own steak sauce too. Like, I like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Chipotle steak is like my type of steak. Like, I can't just put salt and pepper and keep it pushing. Like, I need flavor.
You like A1? A1 sauce?
I don't think I ever used that on steak.
It's so disgusting. I hate it. That's that sauce they have at restaurants. People ask for. It's like in that, like a brown glass. And they got the white top.
That's not what I mean by seasoning. I mean like that. Is it McCormick steak seasoning or something?
McCormick is a good brand. They have pretty good seasoning, steak seasoning.
I think that's probably what I gotta get when I try to make it or something.
But I love steak. Now you gotta let your steak marinate too next time. Like season your steak in the morning and like get you a lime too. Squeeze you a lime over the top of the steak, do all that. Put it in the Ziploc bag, put it in the refrigerator. So then when you cook it at nighttime or later during the day, it'll taste so good because you let it marinate. Because that's probably a problem too. Like, stop just cooking your steak like this. Don't take it out of the wrapper, season it, and throw it in there and be like, it's nasty. It's nasty because you're just eating it. You're not giving it TLC. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is too. I don't let it marinate. Because usually when I cook, I don't marinate. Like, I cut holes, I stab the chicken or stab whatever and make it.
You just eat. You just eat. You made a hungry girl. You must be hungry. Yeah, you gotta marinate. That's why you're supposed to marinate.
I don't got time for all that marinating.
Do that in the morning. My chicken, I always marinate for like a day or two. And when I tell you, chicken even tastes astounding if you let it marinate for a couple of days. It tastes so good. Like you just have to. That chicken is fire.
This is the longest podcast, you guys, that Ray has ever. Y'all know my podcast really be 7 minutes for real.
Yes, and it is not. I be telling you, you need to do a 30-minute episode, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, like a good something for them to like listen to. No, that'd be the best podcast.
And I really want to make sure y'all are streaming on Spotify. Right now, I'm only on Spotify right now. I'm going to grow my audience. And then when I, leverage and do all that good stuff, that's when I go on Apple. Because with Apple, you got to pay every month. So when I get my audience and I know y'all locked in for real, that's when I'll move over and add it to Spotify and Apple. But Spotify is 100% free. So that's why I'm on Spotify right now.
Yes, check it out. Make sure you guys follow me as well. On Instagram at ray.kg. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Make sure you tune into the next Busybody podcast episode. This is episode 7, I believe, if not 8. And I'll see you guys here. I'll be posting on my YouTube and, a little one too. So make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. Dolly K for Twitter, TikTok. What else I got? Pinterest. I started on Pinterest as well. You can make money on Pinterest if you didn't know. That's Kendra K. And then Facebook, I have my full name, Kendra K. So I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Bye.
Bye.